The Heartbreak Kid, stars we lost but never forgot. Behind the laughs and tangled romances of Elaine May's darkly comic masterpiece, The Heartbreak Kid lie the remarkable stories of its cast, talented performers who lit up the screen with wit, depth, and charm, yet whose lives eventually came to a close far too soon. Released in the early 1970s, this sharp and daring film captured the absurdity of love and marriage with devastating humor. Its ensemble cast brought to life characters who were charming, flawed, and all too human. Comedy here was more than laughter. It was a mirror, reflecting the uncomfortable truths of real life. And while their time in the spotlight may have passed, the legacies of these artists continue to inspire and entertain audiences across generations. Charles Grodin, at the center of the story, was Charles Grodin, whose performance as Lenny Cantrell remains unforgettable, as the newlywed who shockingly abandons his wife on their honeymoon to chase another woman. Grodin managed to transform a selfish and awkward man into something painfully real. His ability to make us laugh, cringe, and even sympathize, all at the same time, was a rare gift. Grodin's love for acting began early. Growing up in a working-class Pittsburgh family, he was inspired after watching A Place in the Sun, starring Elizabeth Taylor and Montgomery Clift. That single experience sparked a passion that would define his life. Determined to pursue the craft, Grodin worked countless odd jobs, driving cabs, working night shifts, even sorting mail, just to fund his training under some of the most respected acting teachers of his time. His persistence eventually paid off. Before The Heartbreak Kid, Grodin appeared in films such as Rosemary's Baby and Catch-22, but it was Elaine May's dark comedy that turned him into a household name. From there, he carved out a career defined by versatility, shining in films like Heaven Can Wait and stealing hearts in family classics like Beethoven. Beyond movies, he was a regular on late-night TV, where his awkward, deadpan comedic persona became legendary. Charles Grodin's legacy is one of honesty. Through his performances, he held a mirror to our flaws and insecurities, making us laugh. Yes, but also challenging us to see ourselves in his characters. Eddie Albert. If Grodin embodied selfishness on screen, then Eddie Albert, as Mr. Corcoran, provided the film with its moral center. Playing the wealthy and protective father, Albert brought dignity, suspicion, and gravitas to the story. His performance was so memorable that it earned him an Academy Award nomination. But Eddie Albert's story was larger than Hollywood. Born in Illinois during the Great Depression, he worked odd jobs before pursuing acting. Then came World War II, and with it a call to serve. Albert became a Navy lieutenant, and during the bloody Battle of Tarawa, he risked his life under enemy fire to rescue dozens of Marines stranded in the water. For his bravery, he received the Bronze Star. After the war, Albert's Hollywood career flourished. He starred in Roman Holiday alongside Audrey Hepburn and Gregory Peck, showing his effortless charm and depth. Later, television audiences fell in love with him in the classic sitcom Green Acres. His career stretched across more than 50 years. And off-screen, he dedicated himself to environmental activism, playing a vital role in the founding of Earth Day. Eddie Albert lived as both a hero and an entertainer, embodying courage, artistry, and compassion in equal measure. Audra Lindley. As Mrs. Corcoran, Audra Lindley brought elegance and quiet, authority to The Heartbreak Kid. Her performance captured the essence of class differences in America. At the time, her sophistication serving as the perfect contrast to Lenny's awkward advances. Born into a Hollywood family, Lindley started her career behind the scenes as a teenager before stepping into stunt work and eventually acting. Her journey was anything but easy, choosing to leave Los Angeles and prove herself on Broadway, where she built a strong reputation as a stage actress. Her return to television solidified her place in American pop culture. The role that made her truly unforgettable was Helen Roper in Three's Company. Audiences loved her sharp humor and chemistry with Norman Fell, so much so that the pair were given their own spin-off, The Ropers. Lindley's later appearances, from Friends to Desert Hearts, proved her remarkable range. Her warmth, comic timing, and versatility ensured that her characters left lasting impressions. Though her time was cut short, Audra Lindley's work remains etched in the history of television and film. Doris Roberts in The Heartbreak Kid. Doris Roberts appeared briefly as Mrs. Cantrow, Lenny's mother. Though her screen time was short, her sharp wit and presence hinted at the greatness yet to come. Born in St. Louis and raised in the Bronx, Roberts faced hardships early when her father abandoned the family. Yet it was through her mother's connection to the theater that Roberts found her calling. After years of determination and countless supporting roles, she finally broke into the mainstream. Her defining role came in the 1990s with Everybody Loves Raymond, where she played the unforgettable Marie Barone. As the meddling yet loving mother, she became one of television's most iconic maternal figures, earning multiple Emmy Awards and winning the hearts of millions. Doris Roberts showed that comedy could be both sharp and deeply heartfelt. She turned the stereotype of the overbearing mother into something endearing, hilarious and timeless. Art Metrano's role in The Heartbreak Kid may have been small, but his comedic gift was undeniable. Known for his deliberately terrible magician act, The Amazing Metrano, he mastered the art of making audiences laugh through absurdity. Metrano went on to appear in the Police Academy films and countless TV shows, becoming a familiar face in American comedy. But tragedy struck when a fall from a ladder left him partially paralyzed. Instead of letting despair define him, Metrano turned his pain into inspiration. He created a one-man show that mixed humor with raw honesty, using his own struggles to uplift audiences. In doing so, he proved that resilience and laughter can survive even the darkest challenges. Metrano's legacy is one of strength, courage, and the healing power of comedy. William Prince. Finally, William Prince, who played the Colorado Man, may have had a small role in the film, but his contribution to stage and screen was immense. Prince was a veteran of Broadway and one of the founding members of the Actors Studio. His career stretched across decades, defined by depth and consistency. He brought gravitas to classics like Cyrano de Bergerac and appeared in Oscar-winning films such as Network. On television, he became a familiar presence in daytime dramas, where his dignified performances were admired by audiences and peers alike. Alongside his wife, actress Augusta Dabney, he formed one of theater's most respected partnerships. Whether in starring roles or supporting parts, William Prince embodied a quiet dignity, dedicating his entire life to the craft of acting. Closing, The Heartbreak Kid may have been a comedy, but the lives of its cast reveal stories far richer and deeper. Charles Grodin, Eddie Albert, Audra Lindley, Doris Roberts, Art Metrano, and William Prince each brought something unique to the screen. They made us laugh, reflect, and sometimes even ache with recognition. Their journeys remind us that behind every performance lies a human story of persistence, courage, sacrifice, and love for the craft. Though their final curtain has long since fallen, their work continues to live on, still touching audiences and inspiring generations to laugh, to think, and to feel.